Hey, warriors. So, I want to talk about channeling. There's a lot of people talking about it, and I want to slow the conversation down just a bit because what most people think channeling is actually disassociation. What I want to talk about today is conscious channeling, and I am in no way, shape, or form saying that other people's channeling doesn't exist or that any other type of channeling does not exist. I'm only speaking about conscious channeling right now. Okay? Okay. So, it's very different, than your average somebody comes through your body kind of, channeling. What conscious channel, well, actually, let's put it this way, what conscious channeling is not, okay? It's not going into a trance, leaving your body, giving something permission to speak through you. You're not surrendering any type of control. Conscious channeling is just a very heightened presence. Okay, so meaning you are fully here, fully embodied, fully aware. Nothing replaces you, nothing overrides you, nothing is there taking the wheel. Okay? So what comes through during a conscious channeling doesn't come from out there. I think I made that pretty clear. Okay? What it does come from is the collective field. It comes from deep pattern recognition, embodied wisdom, intuitive synthesis. Okay? You're not a vessel being used. You're a receiver. And okay, so you're a receiver and a translator while remaining sovereign. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, for a long time, people needed the intermediaries, they needed, now they just don't. Humanity is learning to stay present, stay grounded, stay discerning, trust their embodied knowing. Conscious channel only works when the nervous system is regulated and your ego isn't trying to perform. Okay, so that's, I pretty sure, okay, I don't know this to be a fact, but in my opinion, that is why it is emerging now, instead of earlier. Because, okay, so, anyways, you get that point. Now I'm going to tell you what it feels like, okay? It's calm, it's clear, it's neutral, it's steady. It's honestly, it's almost ordinary, you know? No theatrics, there's no drama, no, you're not losing your awareness. You can stop at any time, you can question what comes through. I have personally a lot of times. Um, what else do I want to tell you? So, in other words, you remain responsible for what you say. That's how you know that it's conscious. Okay, the difference between channeling and somebody that's projecting. Okay, so projection, that's obviously emotional. Conscious channeling is coherent. If if anybody's message feeds fear, inflates your ego, creates you to be dependent on that person, um, positions positions you as special or chosen. That in no way is a conscious channeling. It's just not. And I'm not saying that other ones are. Just saying that's not this, okay? Um true, conscious channel. It is going to strengthen your sovereignty, your clarity, your self-trust, your responsibility, those kinds of things. It never replaces someone's inner authority. Okay? Ancients, mystics, oracles, sages, they weren't possessed. They were attuned, right? They prepared their bodies, regulated their breath, quieted their mind and listened deeply. The wisdom, that came through them, not over them, right? The danger, was never the information. The danger was outsourcing authority. Any practice that asks you to surrender your discernment, bypass your body, or obey blindly, okay, any to trust the message over your own fucking knowing, that is in no way, shape, or form have to do with awakening. That is just straight up dependency, plain and simple. Conscious channeling, it restores authority. It doesn't remove it. Okay, so if you want to practice this, if you are, if you're able, you don't need to activate anything. If conscious channeling is natural for you, my advice would be to stay embodied, stay humble, stay slow, stay honest, okay? And stay willing to be wrong. There's nothing wrong with you being wrong. Wisdom, doesn't, it doesn't need to, and it doesn't need to be rushed out there, okay? And, truth, it doesn't need to be mixed with any type of drama, okay? The straight up truth is fine. Even if it's just a little message, that's, even if you're able to get just a little message, that's fine. You don't, and I want to be clear again, if I wasn't clear already, you don't need to open, and I'm not saying that anything is wrong with opening yourself to any external force. I'm saying with this, you don't need to open yourself to, any external to access wisdom. You just don't. You just need to be fully here. Conscious channeling is not about being used. It's about being present enough to listen to what's already moving through the field without losing yourself. That's sovereignty. And it's okay. I love you.